let's move to something fun. Tom Macdonald dropped a new song, and that was on Friday. Sorry, couldn't do Friday. I had a party on Saturday, and I had to run errands for the party on Friday. Then, because I had to drive to Atlanta to help my sister move, also on Friday. So I did like 3 hours of driving, plus helping her move to two places, loading from the one and unloading at the next. So it was a long day for me, and I had no time but ThoughtCast time to go run birthday errands for my oldest, who today actually is her real birthday. She is 12. So time flies, right? Is she out of Atlanta? Yeah, right. She's out of Atlanta. She was in the perimeter, but not like way in the city. But I'm not going to lie. The first place was pretty ghetto that we went to. Not terrible, but it was some pretty ghetto apartments. And then the next place was decent townhomes. I just hate the culture of townhomes, so I hated it. No offense to her new place. It's great. It's just, I don't like, to me, that's like a cage, dude. You got like a wall on this side has a neighbor, and this wall on this side has a neighbor. That's a cage, bro. I would lose my bananas at this point in my life, being in something like that. Put me in a shack in the middle of nowhere before you put me in a townhome. But for her and, her lifestyle, it's fantastic. It's great. So I'm really happy for her. Those kind of people can't imagine living out here, where I posted one of my shorts is like, oh, here's a king snake that's like the grass next to the driveway. And they're like, oh my gosh, a snake and bugs and, doing outside chores. So, it's just different cultures, but I just can't do it. I couldn't possibly do it. That was the sidebar of why I was busy on Friday. Couldn't do it, but we're here now, and that's what matters. And the new song, it is Remember Who You Are. Remember, Simba. I got my Tears of Our Haters Hangover Gang mug. Do I have it up yet? Yeah, I'm in the new studio, guys. I moved. So there's my We the Goats trophy. You could barely see it from here, and I can't reach it. I actually have more space back here. Can't reach it. It's amazing. It's really cool. But anyways, let's see this song. Nobody's told me anything. I don't know if it's upbeat, conspiratorial, any of this.
Remember who you are, white boy. Start a fire with some gas and a match. Hanging out the window of a truck with a flag.
Oh snap! Remember who you are, white boy. That's like a viral edit montage. It's not like a TikTok challenge, but it has been a theme I've seen and a lot of it's just pure American stuff, but they say, remember who you are, white boy, because the culture has been hijacked and stripped, where they say that, basically Americans' culture is just stolen from all these ethnic minority culture. It doesn't even exist. Like, you don't have music, you don't have entertainment, you don't have any notable skills. It's all just gaslighting, really. But the remember who you are, white boy, a lot of it is just like the actual real history and culture of America. So this is going to be crazy. Yeah, let's see.
Remember who you are, white boy. Start a fire with some gas and a match. Hanging out the window of a truck with a flag. Pissing off the world that's trying to tell you it's bad to be like you. Just remember who you are, white boy. Raising hell just like your old man. Little slice of heaven somewhere out on a ranch. Pissing off the world that's trying to tell you it's bad to be like you. This is for my guys outside with a little bit of red on their necks. Standing for the anthem with their hand on their chest. Rattlesnakes on some yellow flags hanging from their window panes. Buddy, you should watch where you step.
Oh boy. Oh boy. That's very exciting. This culture is being exposed at a massive clip to people with the World Cup right now. So there's a giant thing going on where all these people who are visiting from other countries have only witnessed the deep state propaganda that's anti-American, and they don't even understand what America is. And so what America is the culture that Tom Macdonald is sharing right now in this video. And so many people have just seen the garbage and the degeneracy and a lot of gaslighting and lies. But this is actually it right here. It's very cool. Yeah, I love seeing the videos of the visitors, and they're like, whoa, they have this and they have this, and we have AC here. Yeah, I know. Like, I got the AC vent blowing right here. I got another one blowing over there, like near the bed. And I actually have 2 portable air conditioners. 3, actually. I have so many that some are in storage. Take that, Europe. No, I don't mean it like that, because I know a lot of your elderly die from it being hot in the summer. And because you're politicians, you don't have enough power to run air conditioning. That's rough, man. It's worse than gun crime here in America. And they don't even know that. They don't even know the statistics that more people die in Europe from overheating in the night of summer while they sleep than people get killed in America from guns. So it's new information for some of the uppity condescending Europeans. Anyways, there we go. Jeff has a dryer vent taped under the desk. Oh man, I don't. My legs go too crazy. I couldn't keep something there, but that's funny.
From they window panes, buddy, you should watch where you step, get to stepping, y'all. Get gone. We just wanna work, go to church, have a good time till we in the dirt. Remember who you are, white boy, start a fire with some gas and a match. Hanging out the window of a truck with a flag. Pissing off the world that's trying to tell you it's bad to be like you.
All right, I got to tell this quick story. So when I was 21, when I turned 21, I believe it was on my 21st birthday, we were camping, and we actually had to drive around because it was a Sunday, and we couldn't buy beer anywhere, even though I was 21. It was me and my wife, Keegan, at the time. We were married at 20, so we were pretty newly married. But we finally found that we just had to go to a restaurant, and I was able to get a beer just to celebrate that I could buy a beer at 21. And then we went back to the campsite where somehow through magic I already had some alcohol at the campsite. I don't know what the statute of limitations are, but I'm probably okay than that one. But anyways, some alcohol, which I could legally consume at that point, magicked itself into the area, and I helped myself to it. And so I was drinking, and then Keegan wanted a fire, and we were fishing. So I was catfishing and had some beers and had a cigar, and Keegan wanted like a fire for the situation. And I was a little bit beyond getting a fire started, and it was raining. But Keegan was lighting a fire, and I was looking over at her, and she was setting up a fire in the rain, lighting a fire with all wet material under an umbrella as it was actively raining. And she didn't use any fire starter. She didn't use any gasoline. The woman started a fire. It had rained all day. While it was raining, using only things that were wet. A lot of people can't start a fire on a good day with perfect, all dry everything. Keegan can start a fire in the rain using all wet material. She's like, yeah, so this thing I got, I can use, and it burns while wet. And so she just collected enough stuff that burns while wet that she could light it in the rain and then grow the fire big enough that it could overcome the fact that everything else was wet and that it was raining. And then we had this like bonfire that she made. And that's American culture stuff right there. That's the point. That's it. Like, it's lighting a fire in the rain with all wet material because, damn it, you're going to have a fire because, you know, it's celebration time. And just like, you're just not going to let nature win. You know, you're overcoming it. I thought it was really cool. And yeah, that's when you knew, like, that I married the perfect woman right there. 100%. Like, nobody could do that. I didn't know anybody else that could do that. And then she just crushed it right there. Boom. Says Jeff is a catfish. Confirmed. Yeah. Yeah, I am the catfish.
The world is trying to tell you it's bad to be like you. Just remember who you are, white boy, raising hell just like your old man. Little slice of heaven somewhere out on a ranch. Pissing off the world is trying to tell you it's bad to be like you. This is for the guys who gon' fight to be free till the cops come around. Who never let the flag that they wave touch the ground. Metal sign on a fence post, no trespassing allowed. And this is for the ones who don't run, reading Bibles, loading guns. They know what they gotta do and they know how to get it done. All the ones who learn.
It's American culture, dude. It's American culture. I'm telling you. That's what he's talking about. So right now I have the flag and it is not touching the ground because it's being held up by two guns. Literally by friction. Just the two guns touching the flag, pressing it against the wall. And I got my Bible and Constitution right here at the desk at all times. That's what he's talking about. It's literally just an anthem for American culture. But they have taken that away. They say that it's evil. They equated it directly. They're like, this is the evilest, horrible thing, and it's white boy culture, right? That's what they've done. They've equated everything good about like the indomitable spirit of man, you know, taming the wilderness and fighting off the barbarians, essentially settling the settlers. And they've turned it into like this horrible thing, supposedly. And they associate it with color. And they're like, that's, you know, that's the evil white guys is this culture. So it's crazy that they succeeded with some people. But I love that he's like going to flip it on its head and say, remember who you are. Like, this is a good thing.
What they gotta do and they know how to get it done. All the ones who learning lessons till the day they get to heavy. If you ain't one of us and get to stepping. Step, get to stepping, y'all. Get gone. We just wanna work, go to church, have a good time till we in the dirt. Remember who you are, white boy. Start a fire with some gas and a match. Hanging out the window of a truck with a flag. Pissing off the world that's trying to tell you it's bad to be like you. Just remember who you are, white boy. Raising hell just like your old man. Little slice of heaven somewhere out on a ranch. Pissing off the world that's trying to tell you it's bad to be like you.
I love that one too, the wrestling. Like just kind of roughhousing with your homies. Because they're just screwing around, but you see them just grappling with each other and jabbing a little bit. It's not, you're not really hurting them, but you're just roughhousing a little bit with the boys. It's cool. I love that too.
Tell you it's bad to be like you. Remember who you were, white boy. Before they try to race in your past and told you it's bad. Remember who you were, white boy. Before they put your kids in a mask to sit in the class. Remember who you were, white boy. Before the only lives that mattered were black. You got attacked. Remember who you were, white boy. I'm telling you, you gotta go back and be more like that. Remember who you are, white boys.
No, I really like how he got serious. He cut parts of the track out and got serious. Remember who you were before they told you to put your kid in the mask. Before you complied with everything. Before they said that only the Black Lives mattered and that all lives matter, including you, was offensive. It's like, no. These people are at the top. You're somewhere down there. That's very important. He said, we have to go back. We have to go back in the mindset to before all of that crap was going on. It's a very important messaging. And I like that he cut some of the backtrack and came in for that and was like, hey, like, this is actually the messaging part. It's got a great hook. It's got great beats, all that. But that was the messaging where he's like, this is the part we really got to connect here. This is the action item of the song here for you to take and go do your homework with, you know, to do something with it. So I really like that. It's good.
Remember who you are, white boy. Start a fire with some gas and a match. Hanging out the window of a truck with a flag. Pissing off the world that's trying to tell you it's bad to be like you. Just remember who you are, white boy. Raising hell just like your old man. Little slice of heaven somewhere out on a ranch. Pissing off the world that's trying to tell you it's bad to be like you.
Okay, so I really, for one, just liked the song. I thought that was good. I'm going to go buy it. I'm going to put it in the rotation. But I like the style. I really like the messaging. And I thought it was cool that he made it into an anthem where it's repeatable and people are going to like that. And also, yeah, it's America's 250th birthday, you know, in a few days. So that's going to be a great song as the hook anthem for America 250 for really the rest of the year, but especially July 4th. That's such a great song to connect to the, you know, the beginnings of our country. Our country was founded. It was founded. He's talking about, you know, fighting and from the future. Subscribe to me if you want to live. Logical Raven with the raid. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It may stinger. I don't know if it'll stinger. Producer K says the Mexican guy likes the white guy's song. I do. It's about America. And as he was saying, you got to go back. Remember who you are. The founders of the country, whether anybody likes it or not, it was like 56 dudes who were white, and 55 of the 56 were Christian. So it's white Christian dudes started this bitch. And the spirit that came from them, carried on.
Captain Sam, can you hear me? On your left.
Is that everyone?
What, you wanted more?
Holy crap, we just got a double raid from G to G and Logical Raven. Thank you so much. That is sick. That is sick. I think that is so cool. That is so cool. I appreciate that so much, guys. And we're in premium time on top of it. So I appreciate you guys dropping a raid while we're exclusive here. You said, Getting Thoughtful said, just voted in the potties. Have you voted today? Kay says, I vote every morning. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That is super cool. I'm not assuming you always vote for me, but I do appreciate that you take the time to go vote. I'm happy to be back too. I'm happy to be in a better position with setting stuff up. As I was saying before the double raids, this song, Remember Who You Are, with the hook, white boy, remember who you are, white boy. He's talking about traditional American values. So yeah, I'm Mexican, half Mexican. But I was born and raised in the U.S. Spanish was my first language, and then I forgot it and learned American. So I definitely love and appreciate what he's saying in a cultural sense. Also, he says, raising hell like your old man. I raised a little hell, not too bad, but definitely raised a little hell. And my old man raised a lot of hell. So anytime I did anything kind of rough as a young man, it was very difficult to hear him say, you shouldn't be doing that. And I'm like, really? Really from you? Really? But yeah, that's so I definitely identified with a bunch of the aspects of the song because as I said, it's just American culture. So if you buy into American culture, that's what he's saying. He's calling for specifically the white boys to remember who you are, remember what came before you, because they're trying to strip that away. But it is to be culturally American. And I love it. I love it. I think the messaging is great. It should go out to the masses. And yeah, that's how I'm raising my boys, is to be culturally American for sure. And both of them, if you looked at them, they have very, very light skin, freckles and strawberry blonde hair and bright blue eyes. So they're white boys by every metric that you would ask. He's a Mexican. Reese, yeah, the boys. They're both little Mexicans. It's like, told him. It's funny, though, I made the joke because, like, a lot of people really don't understand that Mexican is a combination of Spaniard and indigenous Native American. So, and from my lineage, my grandma, my Mexican grandma, is super white, freckles, blonde hair, green eyes, Spaniard. That's my grandma, the Mexican grandma. And then my grandfather was very native, indigenous Mexican, indigenous. And then together, my mother and her, siblings are all like first generation Mexicans as far as like the genealogy and all of that. I'm curious if you go far back enough, if you're Aztec. I don't know what tribe my grandfather was from. I do know that they did tribe stuff, like cooking on rocks and like all that, the like handmade stoves that's like a rock with a space underneath for a fire, like crazy. And I know that he was educated up through 3rd grade and then quit school to go work on the farm. So I don't know much of his very early history, but yeah, he's very indigenous. Yes, the indigenous ones are the shorties. That's the short ones, Steve, FYI. Slappy says, I think my dad's side is supposed to be Mayan, but my grandmother passed away and I don't know if any of us got to ask. Yeah, a lot of that gets lost. But it is interesting because people just don't understand the way that basically the Spaniards with their little conquistador helmets got laid a lot, like everywhere. Everywhere they landed, the ladies threw themselves at them, or they kind of took them, depending on who's telling the story, probably. But they blended with every culture they landed upon. And that's where a lot of these countries, the South American countries, it's half European and European language. Kind of like Britain now. Yeah, kind of. But as far as the answer, the short ones, my grandfather was 5'0". So he was super indigenous. My grandmother, I think, was also 5'0". But she was Spaniard. And then he has a son. One of my uncles is 6 foot. Between the two of them made a 6-footer. 2 5-footers made a 6-footer. He might be 5'11", but he's very tall for a Mexican, like super tall. So I'm guessing some people on my grandmother's side were tall, but I hadn't met any of them. All the ones I met were short. But says, hey man, them white boys just couldn't resist them big booty Latinas. That's what it is. That's true. You don't get much more American than me. I'm a complete mutt. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of American, as it went forward, became more and more and more of a mutt of all these different ethnicities. I mean, back in the day, they used to be really racist to the Italians and to the Irish. And now the Irish and the Italians are the white people that everyone's bitching about. And so it took a while for them to throw, 50 white-ish cultures together and lump them up and call them one oppressive group. It took a while to get to that point, but they did. And a lot of those countries and those cultures came in and actually were what made like normal American culture. Was a lot of those subcultures kind of taking the best and some, maybe some not so great things, but mostly the best things of all of these cultures came together. And that's where we got what it is to be American.
Thanks for staying to the end. If you enjoyed this clip from ThoughtCast, catch us live over on Rumble Monday through Friday, game streams on the weekends, Deep Thoughts Wednesday night. Smash all the buttons, follow the socials, join us in conversation on Discord, and I'll see you next time.